Hey Tech Bays, Happy New Year 2026. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Hilda, aka Hilda the Tech Bay. In today's session, I am going to be diving into one of the most essential skills for business analysts, which is stakeholder mapping. Whether you are transitioning into tech or you are just starting your business analyst journey, understanding how to identify and manage stakeholders can make or break your project success. Stakeholder mapping will help you to visualize who is involved, the level of influence, and how best you can engage them. It is not just a chart, it is a strategy for communication and for collaboration. So now that we know what the meaning of stakeholder mapping is, let's explore why it is so important for business analysts in the tech world today. In tech projects today, there are many people involved, from developers and testers to business leaders and customers. Each person has different goals and expectations. So, as a business analyst, your job is to ensure that everyone is on the same page. And stakeholder mapping will help you to accomplish that. So, it will help you to know who makes decisions, avoid confusion and miscommunications, and it will help you build good relationships while helping keep the project moving smoothly. Today, as we delve into why stakeholder mapping is crucial for business analysts, first, let's consider its role in enhancing communication, as I mentioned earlier. Effective stakeholder mapping will act as a bridge, facilitating clear dialogue among all parties. This ensures that everyone is aligned and minimizes misunderstanding, especially in your project. Secondly, it prioritizes your project success, as I mentioned just now, by helping you to identify and categorize stakeholders in your projects. So just know that as a business analyst, you are empowered to focus on key players in your project. This focus will lead to better resource allocation and ultimately will increase the project success rate. In summary, stakeholder mapping isn't just a task. Let's have that clear. It is a strategic tool that boosts both communication and project outcomes. So, how do we actually make a stakeholder map, you may ask? Now, let's go through the steps one by one. On this slide, I am going to explore the different categories of stakeholders you might encounter in your projects. Understanding these distinctions is very crucial for effective stakeholder mapping. First, let's talk about internal stakeholders. These are your team members, like product owners and developers, who are deeply involved in the project. They are essential because they ensure that the project directions and decisions align with your organization's goals. Next, we have external stakeholders. These are individuals or groups outside of your organizations such as customers and vendors. Their needs and feedbacks are very fundamental in shaping the project's outcome, especially considering usability and market success. Finally, we have influencers. These are key figures like subject matter experts and community leaders. They can significantly sway opinions and decisions. Their role in project is vital in guiding the project's directions and acceptance. So, it is very important that you understand these roles for a successful stakeholder mapping. So once your map is ready, let's see how you can use it during your project. As you can see on this slide, first, identify stakeholders. This step is about being thorough and recognizing everyone who might have an interest or influence on your project. So take a moment to consider both the obvious and the less obvious or the less apparent stakeholders. The next step, number 2, is to analyze influence and interest. This will help access each stakeholder's level of impact. So think about who holds the power to affect the project and who has a vested interest in its outcomes. This analysis will guide your communication and engagement strategies. Step 3, prioritize stakeholders based on your analysis. This will help you to focus on those who are most crucial to the project's success by ensuring that their needs and concerns are addressed efficiently. So by doing this, you're able to streamline efforts and maximize resources. Number 4, visualize the map. Create a visual tool using an influence versus interest matrix. This map will serve as a quick reference to understand each stakeholder role and their importance to the project. So keeping everyone aligned as we move forward is very important. These steps on this slides form the foundation of effective stakeholder mapping, which will help set the stage for a successful project journey. So a quick sample or a simple way for you to create the stakeholder map is list all your stakeholders, write down everyone involved in the project, check their influence and interest, who has the power to make decisions as mentioned, who cares most about the results, then group them. You can use like a grid with 4 boxes, and the grid should have high influence, high interest in one part, high influence, low interest in another, and then low influence, high interest, and lastly, low influence, low interest. So then you plan how to communicate. Decide how often you would update each group and what kind of information they need. By recognizing these categories, you can better navigate project dynamics as a business analyst while ensuring a more strategic communication and decision making. So, your stakeholder map is not just for the start of the project. Have that in mind. You should keep updating it as things changes during the project. So use your stakeholder map to plan your meetings and updates. Understand who to talk to when problems comes up. Make sure that everyone stays informed and happy. Track your relationship and how it is changing over time in the project. Okay? So now let's finish up with a quick summary of what we have learned today. A quick review now that we have explored the framework for identifying and prioritizing stakeholders. Let's look at how you can engage with your stakeholder map journey. First, remember that effective engagement is a continuous process. It is about building relationships and maintaining open lines of communications. All right? Next, consider the insights gained from your stakeholder map. Use this information to tailor your communication strategies. Each stakeholder might require a different approach, so always have that in mind. It depends on the influence and the interest on the project. And then finally, focus on establishing trust. Regular updates and seeking feedback can significantly enhance stakeholder relationships. So, this trust will become the cornerstone of a successful project. That is very important and key. As you prepare to take next steps, keep in mind that the journey of stakeholder engagement is both rewarding and essential for your project's success. And remember that stakeholders are people involved in your project or are affected by your project. So, stakeholder mapping is an essential tool that will help you to understand who they are and how to work with them. It's going to keep your communications clear and it will help you projects succeed. It will help projects succeed across board. As a new business analyst, learning stakeholder mapping will help you manage people better and make your projects run smoothly. So now that we are clear on that, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel for beginner-friendly business analyst tips. I will see you in the next one. Again, Happy New Year 2026.